And we're live here on YouTube, like to welcome those listening in podcast land. And also, my buddy Rich. Rich, how you doing today? What's new? And you got to go back to work.
Yeah, I know. I got to start working full weeks again.
I mean,
Full weeks again for a little while.
very
For a
little
little
while.
while. Very little while. It's been kind of weird to it, almost like a daily prayer going from the evening going to the bed is just all right, let's keep focus,
Yeah,
even though it kind of feels like I got a little bit of an expiration date,
yeah.
knowing that at any time we'll be calling into the disability line to say I need to take leave.
Yep.
I need to take leave for
For
with the new
stuff.
baby coming in
Yeah,
for new baby for
yeah.
the new baby being born. So yeah, so it's trying to wrap up loose ends, make sure everything is as
Bags are packed,
organized.
right?
Yep, bags
Okay,
are packed. I think we're gonna put them in the car tonight just to
cool.
have them. Just the car seat and the bags are in the car so that everything's good to go.
Yep.
So
By the
yeah,
way,
it's getting really close.
I don't know if you want to do it today or if you want to do it later. But if you go to if you go to any uh, firehouse, most of them are trained to do car seat checks. So you can have them, like, if you're not 100% confident in how you have it in there, you can have them take a look and they can make sure that the car seat's ready to go. That way, there's
Yeah,
no.
we have the base. We have the base in there. Amy's
Okay,
pretty sure that it's installed correctly. So we're
perfect.
just gonna be putting the car seat in the
Yep.
trunk area for
Um,
safety reasons, and then along with the bags
Yeah,
probably.
so you can actually, so if you put the, I'll just tell you real quick. If you put the base, you put the seat in the base and then
Hmm.
shake it. If it moves the whole car, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
That's
But
what I.
she doesn't want the car seat being visible if it's out in a parking lot all day. So that's why she wants it in the trunk.
No, I feel you. But yeah,
So yeah.
get that ready to go. Like, I'm not saying
Oh
like
yeah, we
leave it
are.
in there, but if you put it in there to test it and then move
Yeah.
it, you'd be fine. And like I said, it'll work great for you. And then just enjoy. Um,
Oh yeah.
it'll be
We're
crazy.
enjoying we're enjoying these last probably what could be the last week of just being a family of two and
I mean, you're
the
a
time
family
to
of three, but
relax. Yeah.
the third one you don't get to hold yet.
No, I don't get to hold them yet. So
So
we're enjoying the I guess the quietness and being able to relax right
yeah,
now because it's going to all be establishing new rhythms and new
yep.
um yeah, just new rhythms and yeah, enjoying time as
As a family.
starting
Yep.
a family.
So with that though, we got a decent show. We're going to talk baseball as well as esports update. I have an esports update.
Oh, nice. Okay, so we'll also be wrapping up the Olympics, telling you how our adopted nations did, and maybe sharing some final thoughts on the last week of the Olympics
Yeah,
as they closed up last Sunday, as well as talking about some racing, Mike. But all that and more. But what do we got to do first?
we're going to go ahead and roll that intro. Broadcasting live from somewhere in Iowa. This is Balls and Sticks, the podcast, with your hosts, Mike and Rich. And we're back. Okay, before we get into all of that, we have a poll question to talk about. We are doing grade school PE activities, roller skating versus what time is it, Mr. Fox? Not a lot of people knew what time is it, Mr. Fox is. We only had 5 people vote anyway. So with that, the winner. Well, Rich, how did you vote?
I voted for what time is it, Mr. Fox? Well, I don't recall playing that game or it going by or the other name it was going by was maybe Mother May I move so many steps or and do those. But I just don't remember roller skating within grade school PE.
Oh, I do.
I remember it to where that was a regular. activity as I got older, maybe in that 5th or 6th grade with Skateland out in Skateland
In Milan?
out in no in
Oh,
East Moline. I was on the Moline East Moline
yeah, that's
border
right.
of that was an afternoon activity or a or an just a Friday activity that, oh yeah, just getting together with friends and doing that, or just getting dropped off there because that, all right, that was a place that you could hang out as a preteen or teen, that was just one of those places you got dropped off, you paid your admission, and you just roller skated and
Yep.
had arcade or pizza or the pizza, hot dog, nachos, roller skated, played video games for a couple of hours, and then your parents came and picked you up. But that's not a grade school PE activity. So that's why I went with the what time is it, Mr. Fox or Mother May I? Because I don't recall playing the game, think, but I know for sure that we did not roller skate within grade school PE.
Yeah, and I can feel that. I remember roller skating. They actually brought in roller skates like for the whole school and blah blah blah, and it was fun. But I loved What Time Is It, Mr. Fox? So I voted the same. However, our fans did not agree, as our fans voted three of them. Alex Cruz, Heather Marie, and Danielle Hart all voted for roller skating. Roller skating moves on. And this week's poll question is
Dr. Dodgeball versus King or Queen of the Court. Dr. You want to explain the rules of Dr. Dodgeball, and I'll take King or Queen of the Court.
so Dr. Dodgeball is a dodgeball game, obviously, where each play you can be at any given moment. Like when you get hit, you sit down exactly where you are, and while you're sitting there, someone can come touch you. So it depends on. There's a couple different variations. There's variation number one where somebody just has to come touch you and say something or whatever. There's the rules behind that one are a little different, but they touch
Mm-hmm.
you and they get you healed, and then you move up. You can go play again. Or the one that I remember is you grab their hand and you walk backwards to a specific line, and once you get to that line, you are healed. And that's
Yeah, and the game, and of course, the game ended if the doctor was eliminated from the game.
so.
That was the end of the team portion of the game. Either everybody was eliminated or the doctor was knocked out.
And the doctor, like in ours, anybody could be a doctor.
I
But
think I
yes, there
remembered
are rules.
it was only specific people could be the doctor.
There
So
are
that was a
rules that
way
yes, only one person is the doctor.
so that was a way to um that was a way that you could end the game without eliminating everybody, was that you got the doctor.
Yeah.
You got the doctor.
Yep.
All right, king or queen of the court is I kind of would be kind of like a one-on-one type of matchup where the winner stays on the court. So it could be basketball, volleyball. I think the example that I saw was badminton in our when we were looking for PE games. It was badminton. So it was one-on-one badminton. You play. The person that won stayed on the court, and the person that lost was rotated out, and then the next student in line to get into the game proceeded. And it was being the king or the queen of the court of staying on the court the longest to keep playing.
Yep.
So your game, of course, you can probably do it with basketball, volleyball, or badminton, just to name a few. So I'm going to have that poll question go live at 10 o'clock. So one of us can easily share it once we get done recording, Mike. So you can find
Yeah.
that poll question over at Fans of Balls and Sticks. And Mike and I also tend to share the post. So, Mike, do you see what's coming up next?
Is it a left turn, Rich?
It is a left-hand turn. And what's after that?
Another left hand turn?
It is. And tell them why.
So we're heading into the NASCAR corner, presented as always by Triple I Sports Cards Incorporated, Moline, Illinois. Check them out for all your sports memorabilia needs on Fifth Avenue in Moline or on their eBay store. Once again, that is Triple I Sports Cards Incorporated. This last weekend we were in Atlanta for the Auto Trader 400. Your winner was Tyler Reddick. Rich, how did our racers good do?
Mike, your pick of Ryan Blaney came in 12th. My pick of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. came in 36. So Atlanta, much like Daytona and Talladega, does race like a super speedway. So chaos does happen. Late chaos ensues. There's a lot of wrecks. So there is a lot of luck involved in this. Ricky had it. Ryan Blaney stayed up toward the top of the pack most of the race, but Tyler Reddick, he had no passenger front fender. It was just gone.
Yeah.
And so he came back from a wreck, worked his way back up to the top, and then, like most Atlanta races, you led the last lap. You led the last couple of laps, and he won the race. And so it was back-to-back races. So he's going for, I think they said it was like only the 6th time that a driver has won the first 2 races of a season.
Yep.
And I think he's going for the first time anybody's won 3 consecutive races to start the season, I think.
Yeah.
Going into COTA.
Yeah. So we're heading into a road course, which is going to change things up a little.
Before we talk about next week, Mike.
Yep.
Fantasy NASCAR, which there's still time to join our Fantasy NASCAR. Look for the link to join our group. The current standings after the first 2 races, Mike, is you are in the lead with 321 points. Dupo is the man in the middle with 304. And Mike, I'm bringing up the rear with 294 coming out of Atlanta and going into COTA. 36 for 36, Mike. You're obviously going to be winning because both of your drivers have finished above mine.
I have 68 points. And you have 20 points.
I think I only have 20 points. Yeah.
But I'm using guys early that might be like Ryan Blaney. Using him that early was really tough.
Yeah, because with 36 for 36, the way we do it, Mike, of saying, all right, if the playoffs start, our usages start over.
Yeah.
36 for 36, your uses do not start over.
Nope.
So you, Mike, using Ryan Blaney this early could come back to bite you to where I could start making up some points at the end of the year. At the end of the year, when I could have more better quality drivers available to me. So, Mike, as you said, we're going into a road course.
We are.
The first of 4 road courses on the schedule this year.
Does feel really weird that one of them is this early. Normally they take a little longer to get to, but that's okay. This week we are doing COTA, which is Circuit of the Americas, in the Dallas area, or
no, it's in Austin, Texas.
That's right, it's in Austin.
It's in Austin, Texas. So I've never been in both of my visits down to Austin to see our cousins Mark and Alicia. We didn't go to COTA. We didn't go to COTA, although knowing that they do a really cool light display that allows you to actually drive on the track. I kind of wish we had known about that, because I think I would have pushed to go to that. But we saw the exit to get to COTA in traveling in and around the Austin area, though. But we didn't go see the track, though. So COTA. So if you're playing Fantasy NASCAR with us, put in your road course people. So I'm pretty sure that more than likely, Mike, it's not going to surprise me that between me, you, and Solomon, we're probably all going to have the same roster, except one different driver. One driver is probably going to be different amongst our roster.
Yep, I would say that's probably a decent bet. And with that, let's get into our picks, because I am the.
You're in the control car. I'm in the control car.
I've won both matches, so because of that, I am going to go with SVG.
All right, you're going with Shane Van Gisbergen, the winner of the last 3 road courses. Going back to last year, a solid pick. He'll be in my fantasy lineup, but I think I'm going to save him for a different road course. And you picked him anyway,
Yep.
so I can't pick him. So I'm going to go with his Trackhouse teammate, rookie Connor Zilich. So Zilich also has a history of being really good on road courses from his time in the Trucks and the Xfinity Series as well.
Yeah.
So he could challenge him. That's why Trackhouse gave him the full-time ride, and instead of having him as a development driver for him. So I'm going to go with that. Um, Looking forward to watching the race as the road courses can be exciting. Can be exciting to watch, and every series is on the road course this weekend, as the Truck Series is going to be partnering with the IndyCar Series, and they're going to be on the streets of St. Petersburg.
Yeah.
So even the Truck Series gets a street race this year.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to it. Speaking of fantasy or NASCAR points, NASCAR fan rewards points, I'm already up over 750 on the year.
Yeah, I might have to see where I'm at. I think I'm over 700 as well. Um, Fan rewards. I've got 803.
Wow. I'm at
I've got 803 already.
784. I don't know how. Oh, you did the Powerball.
I've been doing a Powerball. I've been doing a Powerball game every Wednesday that gets you. I've gotten 10 points off of that. So are you at the champion level yet? Because there's different tiers of the fan rewards. So my check-ins or fantasy lineups might be worth more points.
I'm a all-star, not a champion yet.
I'm at the champion level, so my check-ins and points are worth a little bit more.
Yeah. I didn't realize you earned more as a champion than you do as
You do.
all-star. That's crazy.
Yep. So I think every like check-in, I get like 63 points for every check-in across all the series.
And my check-ins are only like 50. I think. Look.
But obviously, if you're a NASCAR fan, download the fan.
Yeah, mine are only 55. Wow.
Yeah, download the NASCAR apps, create a fan reward site, as you can rack up points very quickly if you just open up the app anytime during any of the 3 series races and check the leaderboard. Just check in. You don't have to stay, or you don't have to keep it open the entire race. You could check in the last lap of the race and click check in.
Yep. 55
points, probably 40 to 63 points. And then if you play along in fantasy NASCAR, in our group, there's some more daily points that you get just for setting your fantasy lineup every week.
Yeah, I mean, there is as low as 2,500 points. You can go to a Craftsman truck race. Rich was able to get Cup Series, not just Truck Series or O'Reilly's, but he got Cup tickets for something like 4,000 points.
I think you got to get up to 5,000 to get the.
Yeah, it was 5,000.
But yeah, I had enough points left over to get Cup Series tickets, and I think I still had like $2,000 left over by the end of the year. So I could have, but I didn't see anything in the fan rewards that I wanted.
Yeah.
I thought about getting a throw blanket, I think, but didn't end up doing it.
If you could have gotten the grill set, if you had 2,500 points.
I think it was somewhere in the 2,000s. I don't know if it was. I know it was somewhere between 2,000 and 3,000 more points that I still had, but I didn't end up deciding to do anything. So
you lose them.
Yep, you lose them if you don't use them by the end of the year. So that happened with a big chunk of points too, because I think we were saving them, trying to save them, and then then we lost them, and so I didn't get a chance to cash them in. But that's an easy way to get free NASCAR tickets. Now the catch is you don't know where your tickets are going to be located at. It's just that you're not going to have to pay to be at that particular race that you buy tickets to.
Now the hard part for you is, like, when we do the race. So Rich got tickets for the fall
The fall
Kansas
Kansas
race,
race.
which is cool. But are you going to want to go to the other races that weekend?
I'm okay with no.
See, I don't. I actually like going to all three races, but we'll see what happens. That's September 27th, so I need to get that on the calendar at work.
I know the Royals are in town that weekend too, so you could go see the final week, see the Royals finish out the rest of their season. So you can go see a Royals game. So I've thought about, all right, let's see how cheap would it be to go to a Royals game in the last weekend, their final weekend series when they're playing. I think they play Cleveland that weekend, but there's also some other things in Kansas City I'd love to do that I didn't get a chance to do when I went out there 2 years ago.
Yeah.
To my first NASCAR race, the World War One museum is something I'd love to be able to do.
Oh, so
That's out there.
there's no O'Reilly's race that weekend, so we don't have to worry about the O'Reilly's race. And there, oh, yeah. So Saturday there would be a truck race if we want to go. I actually kind of want to go to that, mostly because I want to see Mini Tyrell. So I would actually be up for doing Saturday and Sunday at the race. We'll figure it out when the time comes.
We'll figure out when we get a little
Um,
bit closer to that. As more than
I'm
likely, it's going to be the two of us going at least, if
And
unless you can.
well, also, Rich, it sounds like my brother might be going and Solomon might be going.
Hmm.
So if everybody's able to go, uh, um, we can go to we can all meet up together and. Uh,
But yeah, for me,
Excuse me.
it's going to be a successful trip for me. If anything, if we can just get to the race
Yep.
and I can get some Whataburger.
Okay, I'm down with that.
Whataburger. They have a Whataburger there in the area where the racetrack is at, up near in one of the shopping mall complexes. So I will definitely be going to Whataburger. Probably grabbing a Whataburger before hitting the road to come back up, back up north, up to Iowa. So, all right, Mike. So, anything else in the NASCAR world? Any new updates with your favorite racer, Cletus McFarland?
There's he has a big announcement coming out soon. I think he's gonna run the full series. One of the full series next year is gonna be
Okay,
the announcement, but that's just speculation on my end. Um, but um, we will have to see. Uh, um,
gotcha. So you can catch the race from Coda on the Fox network, on the main Fox network, not on the cable side yet, at 2 o'clock on Fox. Mike,
yeah.
so that was the NASCAR Corner presented by Triple I Sports Cards Incorporated, Moline, Illinois, and you can also find them on eBay. Mike, let's go ahead and wrap up our coverage of the Milan Cortino Olympics. Um, what was the big highlight coming out of? Because when we wrapped up our show last Saturday morning, we essentially had just Saturday and Sunday's action to view before the closing ceremonies happened.
Yeah, so the big thing that happened was we had um, we had the race in we had the what did we have left? We had the
I know
men's hockey.
men's, yeah, I think men's and women's hockey, I think hadn't been decided when we recorded last weekend.
Yeah.
Exciting game. I think that we were going to our doctor's appointment on Friday, on that Thursday. Yeah, on that Thursday. And it was a tie game going into overtime. It's like, we got to go to the doctor.
Yeah.
So we didn't. So we were I was tracking it on Gamecast on ESPN to find out how the game ended. So that was really neat to see him win in overtime. the men's team, great game. We watched the first quarter before going to church. Before going to the early service at church. Obviously, you're not checking your phone at church, and
Hopefully.
so no, hopefully you're not. And so we got home from church and we picked up the telecast where it left off at on YouTube TV. So we were able to kind of fast forward through some commercials, and we were able to watch the end of the game. Watch the end of the game that way. Really cool win of it happening in overtime, with an overtime win. So
Yeah.
had no idea that that was the first gold since that 1980 Miracle on Ice team from Lake Placid.
How crazy is that? Like that was another thing that I was going to talk about, how that one worked out. Like that's nuts. I didn't think that would be a thing, but it was.
Exactly. I would have thought that we would have had another gold somewhere in between before 1980, but even with putting the NHL players, allowing them to go into the Olympics similar to what basketball does, that still puts a really good pool of hockey players on other teams' rosters, not just the American roster.
Yeah.
So that might have gotten them. I think they might have gotten some medals. They might have gotten on the medal stand more often, but still no golds.
Yeah, it's crazy that was how it ended up, but yeah, I would have sworn we would have gotten one previous to that, and yeah. So with that, Rich, let's do a final medal count.
Well, Mike, I think the other event that we got that we watched probably on tape delay, or at least I didn't watch it live, but I know we watched it, was the mountaineering event. But an event we
Yeah.
both said, man, we're really looking forward to this being a new event. What'd you think of it?
Um, I enjoyed it. We talked about it a little bit last week. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. I think it's a little odd, but you know what? I'm here for it.
Yeah, I liked it. I was a little bit confused on like the whole stopping and
Yeah.
you got to take your, oh, was it what they call them? It wasn't a sock, but some sort of like a cover, a certain type of cover onto your ski to do this portion of the race, and then you had to stop and put them back on for another portion of the race. But I like that there were different parts of the terrain to kind of force you into it. Now, I only watched the mixed relay I only watched the mixed relay event.
Yeah. We ended up. We ended up watching. I think. Yeah, I think it was only the mixed relay.
Yeah, I didn't go back and I didn't end up going back and looking at the individuals. But it was a neat event. I hope it goes through. I hope it continues on. A lot of people were, I think, a lot of the social media posts that that I saw was like, they need to end this grueling event because it's just too, man, it's been just too grueling, too not fun to watch. But
Yeah,
I disagree. I liked it.
I thought it was great.
Okay, so Mike, only because we were talking about it, about the first gold since that 80 Olympics out in Lake Placid. Since Lake Placid, 84 was a seventh. 84 and 88 were seventh place finishes. They got a fourth in 92 in France. 94 was an eighth place finish in Lillehammer. 98 was a sixth place finish in Nagano. 2002 in silver, they got a silver. They got a silver in Salt Lake City. An eighth in Toronto in Italy. 2010 was a silver in Vancouver. Sochi, Russia, we got 4th. Pyeongchang, we were 7th. Beijing in 2002, we were 5th. So kind of neat to see that the Herb Brooks teams got gold and silver, and it didn't, and it took a. So I'm thinking that when they had the NHL players, I think on the rosters, their highest medal was silver before then. So
yeah,
so Salt Lake City, I think they still must have been using NHL players at that. Nope, no, that's Chris Chelios was the captain.
So that was
of the
NHL
2002.
players.
So yeah, so Herb Brooks must have had, the coach of the 80 team must have had Olympic players, had NHL players on that team. But yeah, so no bronze medals in the history of U.S. Olympic hockey either.
That's crazy. So speaking of medals, let's give a quick medal count for both the U.S., the winner, the gold medal winners, and the U.S. and or the not just gold but full medal count, and your and my teams. So Rich, the country that comes out with the lead is Norway, which makes sense because most of the sports are Nordic. They are a Nordic country. So they had 18 golds, 12 silvers, 11 bronzes. In fact, if I remember correctly, they lead gold and silver, and they are second or third for bronze. They're third for bronze. Meaning they had 41 total medals. How'd the U.S. do, Rich?
The U.S. had 12 gold, 12 silver, and 9 bronze for a total of 33.
And Rich, how did our countries do?
All right. My adopted nation of Austria got 5 gold, 8 silver, 5 bronze for a total of 18. And Mikey, your pick of Czechia was 16th with 2 gold, 2 silver, and a bronze, giving them 5. Mike, how did our homeland nations do?
Ireland got 0 medals, and Denmark got 0 medals, so we're tied on that one.
Yep. Good Olympics. The next Olympics will be out in LA.
Yeah.
In 2 years.
And the next winter one is in France?
Yeah, the next winter one is in the French Alps. Wow. It is not. They are not identifying an actual host city. It's just the French Alps.
That'll be exciting. If you had the opportunity, would you go to LA? Are you going to go?
I don't think I will, but there is a way that you can watch the Olympics, go to an Olympic event that's closer to home, Mike.
Yeah?
You can go to Oklahoma City and see the softball events, because softball is being hosted in Oklahoma City because they have a really big softball complex out there.
That's
so
cool.
All of softball is going to be in Oklahoma City. Everything else will be in the LA area.
Wow. I wonder, I know that Chicago has a couple times been on the list for places that might get the Olympics. I wonder if Chicago ever did get the Olympics, if they would, the Quad Cities actually has they host nationals for the slow pitch softball. I wonder if they could get those facilities up to snuff to be a softball for the Olympics, and if that would ever happen.
I don't know. I don't remember seeing what all, because I do remember Chicago it being in the news of them putting together proposals for, we can host the Summer Olympics here, and here's our plans, here's our stadium plans that you could use things. And I mean, even LA is turning unconventional arenas into there. They're going to have the swimming events at SoFi Stadium where the Rams and Chargers play.
Wow, that's going to be cool. Man, I want to go to that. I'm sorry, I love swimming. I would love to go to SoFi and watch swimming. I would.
Yeah, so it's not just, they're not just going to use the SoFi for soccer, but LA does have a lot of colleges near. They're going to be using some of this already facilities at UCLA and USC to for Olympic events. So,
Yeah.
but I think but I mean, I think the LA just has a unique sense is that they've already done it multiple times,
And the
and
Coliseum
they can
is
reuse
iconic, and they're going to use the
some of the
Coliseum.
same venues. Yep,
The,
they are using the Coliseum.
and that's 100% one of the most iconic venues for the Olympics in modern era. So with that, Rich, let's put out the Olympic flame and get ready to pass the torch as we head to the MLB.
That's right, Mike. Spring training has started, as we talked about last week.
Yep.
But it's a 4-year. We're within the 4-year rotation for the World Baseball Classic,
Got to be so fun.
which kicks off exhibition matches for the national teams kick off this week. This week, actually,
On
as some
Thursday.
yeah, but the bracketed action starts on Thursday, the 5th.
Yeah.
So notable Cubs to be playing in the games. You're going to see Seiya Suzuki playing for Japan. For Japan, Alex Bregman and PCA will be on the U.S. team.
Nice.
And I think Miguel Amaya, I think, is playing. I think it's Puerto Rico or the Dominican Republic. One of those two teams. Matt Boyd, and Shota Imanaga are also on the rosters.
Cool.
For this year.
So with that, that's exciting to see. Are they going to be using the ABS for the World Baseball Classic?
I'm not sure if they are using the ABS.
Speaking of ABS,
yeah,
we had a great quote come out from umpire Lance Barksdale.
Barksdale, yeah.
Barksdale on during an interview on Strike Zone, and he says you haven't lived until a robot corrects your strike zone 10 times. It's like my wife watching me parallel park, technically helpful, spiritually devastating. At least when the ABS system corrects me, it doesn't bring up a call I missed back in 2019. Funny comment, but is it truth? Like, is it going to be harder to get some of these, especially these older guys that have been doing it a while, to be as accepting of the automatic balls and strike zone thingy that's going to come into play this year?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the article that I skimmed over and included in our online about what the ABS system is, how a challenge works, how many challenges you get,
yeah,
how it gets corrected, is that I think the one thing it misses is based on how many corrections an ABS has, like an umpire has against him, to where nope, your call was wrong. If an umpire has an X amount, figuring out what that X amount is for ABS challenges being overturned against them, or they can go through and look at their strike zone data across the entire MLB and see that, hey, your strike zone is horrible. Could that be grounds to you can no longer be? You're gonna work less games behind the plate. Rich, and you can only be a base umpire right now.
I know that's a good concept. The problem with that though is they've been using that same method. They've used essentially the automatic balls and strike zone thing to grade umpires for the last 5 years. And they give you their grade at the end of the year. But has that made any difference on some of these guys? Angel Hernandez didn't get fired from the MLB, and his grade was like an F. 3 years, I want to say.
And he was still allowed to be behind the plate.
So you can't, I don't think that's going to be a thing. Now, Does that mean, like, will it make people hopefully be better about it? Yes. Is it going to make the game more fair? Yes.
I mean, the other thing you got to call there is, will the strike zone change? Could an umpire, in theory, have a tight zone, and then once both teams' challenges are done, could they revert back to having a little bit more of a wider or liberal personal strike zone and start taking their own opinion into it? To say, yep, that was close enough, or that's a strike by my eyes, that's a strike by my zone. And
Yeah, I
oops,
don't know
you
if
can't
that's
challenge that. Oop,
gonna
you can't
happen.
challenge that.
I just the problem that I have with the ABS is,
Hmm.
and it's a two-way street. When you are painting a corner, and if you have that, like this would be great for Kyle Hendrickses in the world.
Hmm.
Guys that can so precisely paint those edges. Nearly impossible for a hitter to hit it. If, like, one of the things that the first couple of innings always gave you was, is this umpire going to be giving me enough that I'm allowed to, like, that a Kyle is going to have an advantage, or is it going to go towards the batter? That's always the question at the first couple of innings. With this, it helps the pitcher if you're good like that, but it also, if I catch the tiniest hair of the strike zone, does that really deserve to be a strike? Technically, yes. I think it's okay-ish, but I also wonder, is that how it's supposed to truly meant to be played? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, I don't like taking humanality out of things, but I also appreciate when you have got. I say that, and then I say I hate guys like Angel Hernandez and Joe West, whose personality was just, I'm a jerk and don't deal with it. Like, so I don't know.
But yeah, so the way that the challenge system is going to work is only the batter, the catcher, or the pitcher
Yep.
can initiate a call
And they
of
only
a strike.
have a very limited um, amount of
Two per
time.
game. I would have thought it would have been more. I would have thought it would have almost been by the batter.
Yeah.
But if it's only saying it's two per game,
Yeah.
so
Two
the
losses per
way
game, though.
okay, so if you
I
if
think
you
if you
win your
win, you get to keep
challenge,
it.
you keep going, but it's two losses per game or
I
two per game.
think is what that is how I read it, but I could be wrong. I don't know. So yeah, there's lots of stuff with that's going. I thought it
Oh,
said
it is two challenges apiece, and an extra innings, you get a challenge per extra inning.
okay.
So the only exceptions, there will be no ABS challenges in the Mexico City series, the Field of Dreams game, and the Little League Classic, because the stadiums aren't set up for it, which makes sense. It will go into the postseason.
Yes.
So the base runner on second base or third base or first base, any base runner that's on the bases can't challenge a
Yeah,
ball
but
strike.
there's going to
On
be there's going to be a guy. There's going to be a
a
signal.
signal. Yeah.
It's just going to be like that's not even gonna be a. Yeah, that's not even gonna be a thing.
Yeah. So the other thing that I've gotten with that could be interesting with this is, let's say that the batter challenges.
Okay,
Nope,
timeout.
that was okay. Go ahead.
So when you get to the bottom, One of the questions is, are successful challenges retained? Yes. A team only loses its challenge if the umpire's call is confirmed. So you get essentially you only get two, but you only lose it if the umpire's is confirmed.
So the way to get your second challenge is your first one needs to be successful.
No. If you so um if you challenge and you are successful, it doesn't take away that challenge. So it is
so you can
successful challenges. So you can have as many as you're allowed, as many as you win, essentially, times two.
Okay, so it's 2 losses, not 2 challenges altogether, from the way that we're reading it.
Right. That's what as I read this, are successful challenges retained? Yes. To me, that says you can challenge as many times as you want, but if you lose, yeah. So yeah. I actually like this more than I like just automatic balls and strikes. I like the challenge process. I think that's a better method for me. So.
Okay. Yeah, I think I like it too. How many times have you been that you're watching a game on TV and they have like the little strike zone, the strike zone cut off as part of the scoreboard, and it's like where you see a player strike out looking, and it's like that would have been a ball.
Yeah.
That could have been a ball.
Yeah.
Why did you swing at that?
So I'm excited for that. I think it'll be good for baseball. I think doing it with challenges is the best way, and I think this is actually really good in my opinion. With that, Rich.
So one final thing. I got one final thing.
Yep.
Is that, I mean, if you get an umpire that takes a personal vendetta against a player. So let's say that you challenge, kind of like similar to arguing the pitches, to where you're barking back at him saying that was a ball. You knew that was a ball. That was way outside. You're drawing like the little line saying that's where that was.
Yeah.
Let's say that you challenge the pitch. The ABS says, nope, umpire was right. That was a strike. Later on, or either in that same sequence, if it wasn't a strike 3, let's say for some reason you challenged a 3-1 call. Pitcher puts it in the exact same spot, but it's just a little bit more outside. Is he going to get the call because you called him out that it's in the same spot and you thought it was a ball?
Yeah.
You thought it was a ball, challenged it. Nope. Strike zone said it was a strike, but now it's just a little bit further out, but it's on that borderline. Could the turnaround, the umpire give the benefit of the doubt to the pitcher who didn't call him out and ring you up?
I think that's a very good question.
Because what's the likelihood that the same batter is going to say on a now it's 3-2, pitches in almost the exact same spot, but the batter still sees it as nope, that one was a ball. Is he going to tap his hat again and say, nope, I want to take a look at that. I'll take my walk.
Probably
I'll take my walk, and then turn around and get the pitcher and have the same batter in the same sequence challenged twice, back to back. Probably not.
Yeah, probably not, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I'm excited for it in baseball. So, real quick before we finish up baseball talk, we do have some Cubs news. I don't think we're going to get in the full positions battle right now.
No, probably not. Well, what's this Cubs news that you're thinking of, Mike?
Our first baseman, I can only come up with his last name, Austin.
Yeah. Tyler
Austin, injured, had to have knee surgery, so he will be out for at least the entire season, but could come back potentially for postseason as needed.
Yeah, I think the news that I saw on him was that he'll be out months.
Yeah.
Nobody is specifying how many months, just months.
I've seen the entire
season. Okay, yeah, but Tyler Austin was signed. We signed him out of the Japanese leagues after rehabilitating and getting it building back up his value in the Japanese league. He was brought in to be the backup, basically take Justin Turner's spot on the bench,
Yep.
backup first baseman and DH, an
Yep.
occasional spot starter as a DH, pinch hitter. He was not going to be back. He's not factoring into um, the starting job at all, or platooning or a full platoon with
Yeah.
Michael Bush.
Yeah. So, with that, we will leave Cubs stuff until more Cubs position battle until next week.
Yeah. So yeah. Well, obviously the bench spot. Now we do need somebody that can potentially go in and play first base
Yeah.
if something were to happen to Michael Bush, or him needing a day off, or
Yep.
that pinch hitting guy off the bench is obviously one of those position battles that we'll talk on next week.
Yeah. So, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Before we get into it, I am going to give you a esports update. But before we
Okay.
do that, we want to give you a Masked Singer spoiler alert. After this esports update, Rich and I are going to talk about the Masked Singer. We are going to give spoilers. If you don't want to know those spoilers, tune out immediately after I get done with the esports challenge or update. Come back later, or if you've already watched it, listen and join in. Give us your comments on whether you think the decisions were right. If you want to do that, check us out on Facebook.com/balls and sticks, Facebook.com/fans of balls and sticks,
Mhm.
or YouTube @balls and sticks is our channel there, and anywhere where you get your podcast. With that, Rich, esports update. So
Okay.
it is not about Okoboji, but Esterville won state in the 1A Overwatch
Okay.
this year, and they did that on Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday night. So, so it was fun to see them win. We start on Monday with practice, and so we'll have esports starting this week. Matches don't start for 2 weeks, but we should get our calendar or schedule this week, I hope. And with that,
Okay.
Rich, let's head
So,
into the.
so Mike, I guess
Yep.
with esports, do you have something on the schedule to do more to do a live match, which you've done with Mario Kart in the past?
We're hoping to. We don't have our actual schedule yet, so
Mhm.
I can't get that set up until we have the actual schedule. So
Okay.
look for that to happen hopefully soon, but I don't have any guarantees yet. So with
All
that,
right.
Rich,
So the Masked Singer.
let's head to the Masked Singer. We are going to
All
give
right, Mike.
spoilers. So with
So,
that, this week, who is your favorite
oh
singer
yeah.
of the week?
Um, uh, I like the Picasso.
I think I do agree. I think
Yeah.
that's
I mean, I wasn't familiar with that Spice Girls song, but it was a long time ago, like the early the mid '90s, that the Spice Girls were the one hit wonders, or had a summer of being a one hit type of wonder type of
they
type
were
of
more
girl
than
group.
that. They had a couple of summers, but yeah, they were not well known at the time. The initial
Yeah, I think I recognized two of the three of the four songs that were sung. Picasso's was a song that I was not familiar with for the Spice Girls. Um,
I was, and I enjoyed all
okay.
of it, but that's where we were. So Crane sang "Say You'll Be There." Pugcasso sang "Too Much," and Snowcone sang "Wannabe." Then at the end, Crane and Snowcone ended up going to the sing off, the Spice Royale, if you will, and saying
Hmm.
"Stop." And yeah, my favorite was Pugcasso. I think he did the best. I think
Hmm.
Crane was second best, and I think Snowcone was the worst. Uh,
Yeah,
but I thought she did really well. Like I think she
yeah. The
truly,
battle. If you were just going off of the battle,
yeah,
I think I would have gone, or rather, would have seen the Crane go home.
yeah,
But if, but the entire body of work from that particular show, Snow Cone, I think, was the weakest.
I agree. And with that, Snow Cone does get eliminated. And as such, we found out that it was Heidi Montag from the Hills.
Yeah, but you also got to see Mr. Snowcone get
Which is
unmasked.
her husband.
Spencer Pratt.
Yeah, Spencer Pratt.
I had not realized that the Mr. Snowcone type person was in every single episode.
I had
not
noticed
just the
it.
Videos.
I had noticed it. I thought it was good. I like that. Actually, my wife and I both talked about how we really enjoyed that as a guest celebrity. Someone who's not going to try to sing, but still participates.
Yeah, that was there the entire week.
Yeah.
That was there the entire week. Because even when you had the banana split with David,
I don't remember his name.
Split.
It's
but
Catherine McPhee and her husband.
Yeah, but he didn't really sing the entire time. He was there every week. He played the piano and was a part of the Clue package.
Yeah.
But you never heard him sing the entire time.
And I think that's actually a more fair way to do it because, when you hear harmonies, it's always, like, you always think that that's better. I think harmonies always screw up stuff because you can do more in harmonies than you can solo. And I really appreciate that Snow Cone kept it solo, but also didn't.
So yeah, it'd be interesting. They said that the Mr. Snow Cone of Spencer Pratt, that character was somehow on the stage every week.
Yep.
So it'd be interesting. All right, was Spencer there every single week, or was he the one inside the mask in each of her appearances, or was it just the final one where she was getting unmasked, where she ended up getting unmasked that he was there?
I think he was. I'm guessing he was in it every week. Was
he the one in the mask every week?
Let's be honest. I don't think they do every week. I think it's all done at one time. They just
I
change clothes.
I
and
understand
do
that.
And it's like a 2-week period that they do every episode and blah blah blah. But with that, I thought she did well. I think she's better than some of the people in the other group, personally.
Mm-hmm.
But she was in this group, so she only has to go against who she goes against. So,
yep.
With that, any shout-outs for this week, Rich?
I don't, but one
I
last
have
thing with
3.
the Masked Singer. All right, the last thing with the Masked Singer. Next week, you get Ozfest. It'll be the music of Ozzy Osbourne.
I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be so good. So, my shout-outs of the week, I have Jonathan Hart, my little brother, turned 38?
Good.
37, 38 yesterday. And then tomorrow, or Monday, well, today and tomorrow, both are my niece's birthday, as she is a leap day baby, so her birthday doesn't actually exist this year. So that's cool. And then my sister-in-law, Jenna, has her birthday this week on the 2nd, 1st or 2nd. I don't remember all the way. I'm getting old. But happy birthday to them. Rich, with that, what's it time to do?
Mike, let's go ahead and roll the outro.
Broadcasting live from somewhere in Iowa, this is Balls and Sticks, the podcast, with your hosts, Mike and Rich.